I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather.
A few weeks ago, federal authorities reportedly reviewed video from Floyd Mayweather's private security system as part of an active financial investigation connected to one of his business projects. This situation relates to the $42 million Manhattan real estate deal he announced earlier this year, where he claimed it made him the largest black property owner in New York. However, official property records later showed a completely different version of events, raising serious questions about the accuracy of that claim.
Into my lifestyle, showing people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
No properties were transferred, no official paperwork was submitted, and there was no record of a $400 million deal ever happening. When Business Insider tried to verify the claim, they reportedly reached people whose voices did not even match Floyd's known associates, which raised more doubts. That's when federal authorities stepped in. Sources say investigators issued subpoenas to Mayweather's team for internal records, including data from his home security systems, and what they allegedly discovered left them stunned. A few months earlier, Floyd had publicly announced what he called the biggest business decision of his life, saying he purchased 62 apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan in a $42 million deal through his company, Veda Properties.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. You know what I do? All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
He described the deal as a major step toward creating generational wealth and said TBE was not just about being the best ever in boxing, but also the best in business, yet the facts did not support his claims. Business Insider investigated and found no ownership changes, no sale records, and no evidence that any buildings were sold. As questions grew, reporters contacted the NYC Housing Partnership, which manages many of those properties, and they said they were unaware of any sale. The situation became even more suspicious when journalists called Floyd's company for a response, and someone identifying himself as his associate, James McNair, answered, but the voice did not match the real person. With questionable identities, unclear details, and no proof of the deal, the story began to fall apart, leading the FBI to get involved.
I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you two checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deductions and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service. Floyd, you made $230, and I get it, Skip. I can just imagine getting a check for $230 million. Like, hold on.
According to reports, investigators issued subpoenas for Mayweather's business documents and digital records, but what truly surprised them was not the paperwork, it was the video footage. His own security system had reportedly captured more than just regular visitors. The recordings allegedly showed late-night meetings, unfamiliar guests arriving in high-end cars, and items being transported between properties connected to his companies, raising even more questions about what was really happening behind the scenes.
Got options. I got about 100 cars, but right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rose, 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 Rose. The Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
The most shocking detail is that the timestamps on those videos reportedly line up exactly with the same dates Floyd was publicly promoting the $42 million deal. The timing raises serious concerns and makes the situation feel unreal, except this is not a movie or a scripted series. It involves one of the most well-known athletes in the world, and the footage is said to connect directly to the period when he was presenting the deal as a major business success.
And even Mike Tyson. But what's so disappointing with me, Skip? Floyd Mayweather has gone through this before. What is it that you don't get? And I'm even more disappointed because you're on Instagram and on Twitter flaunting your opulence. You got bales and bales of money. You might have 30, 40 racks up in front of you. You got Bugattis and Enzo Ferraris and private jets and yacht and you big balling. And you won't cut these people their money? Now, Skip, I believe that he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200, $300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle a score. And let me tell you how the IRS works, Skip.
Do you have experience?
I have experience with him, Skip.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather built his empire on the idea that he could not be beaten. An undefeated record, a powerful personal brand, and massive wealth all helped shape his image as someone always in control. That reputation made him seem unstoppable both inside and outside the ring.
Crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game. I said, okay. I said, you know, fighters fighting, they make 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, 7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
If this investigation holds, everything Floyd built could unravel quickly. This isn't online gossip. This is the FBI, and they don't follow trends or hype, they follow evidence. And according to reports, his financial records have been showing warning signs for years, drawing serious attention.
How does that guy not pay taxes? How do the people around him, how do the lawyers that I'm sure that he employs, the financial people that are probably running his life, telling him to stop spending $1 million a day, how do they not deal with his taxes?
Well, listen, he apparently had a tough time reading the thing, as they say. Like he didn't know what he couldn't read like
That's BS.
something.
That is BS.
They said something
Time
like
out.
that.
He is paying. I'm sure he's got a litany of people in his world.
I happen to agree.
Financial management people.
You think so?
You know, how long before he's suing somebody for mismanagement of funds?
Listen,
you know that's happening.
You'd certainly think so. By the way, they announced, I'll get your calls in a second, they did announce the pricing for Mayweather-McGregor. $100 for a high def, $90 for standard def. So there you go. So it's exactly what the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight was. $100 pay-per-view.
There have been tax problems, IRS liens, and even a public money dispute with Logan Paul, who claimed he still hadn't received payment for their fight.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose? What happened to him?
No, he didn't pay me
him at all.
He didn't pay me. I think I won that fight. I think I won. He didn't knock out a YouTuber in 8 rounds.
Floyd's my homie. He's a cool dude.
Fucking tell him to pay me, bro.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Go through this with Mayweather?
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's honestly bullshit. Like having people who aren't a professional promotional company control where the money goes is like, we made that mistake. But, you know, it's Floyd Mayweather, so before we fought him, we kind of were willing to do whatever, and now after the fact, we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah.
Because he's a scumbag. But now that we know that, and everyone else who fights Floyd should know that, like, don't let him control the money.
Would you ever fight him again under any circumstance?
No, he wanted to. He reached out. And,
Yeah.
But, like,
No?
yeah.
What about double or
Yeah,
nothing?
Yeah. Double or nothing. Yeah, I already got nothing, bro. So.
Can we get a photo?
It was fun though.
Cool. Yeah, of course, of course.
So you're gonna change the way you do business when it comes to boxing now, baby.
Yeah. Me and my brother.
Thank you.
Sure, of course. Yeah. I gotta go, y'all, but.
Thank you so much.
You had fun doing it though?
Oh yeah.
I think we're done,
Most fun of my life, dude.
Thank you so much.
Floyd's name has been connected to NFT and crypto pump and dump schemes, with projects that disappeared almost overnight.
At one point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra cards.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like what
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. You send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say? And what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right. And you just basically give him his script and he just does it.
And everybody in the crypto world is competing with one another. Whereas I feel like everybody should be able to choose what they want to choose and go with who they want to go with. I think everybody should work together. And what I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself.
In the past, Floyd often walked away without consequences, but now it's not just angry investors or influencers, it's the federal government investigating him. So why would a billionaire boxer get involved in schemes like this? The answer seems to be control. Since retiring, his main challenge has been staying in the spotlight, leading him to fight YouTubers and influencers and even hold exhibition matches in nearly empty arenas overseas.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Every appearance lately seemed less about sport and more about survival, because when the public spotlight fades, so does the brand. And Floyd's Money Mayweather brand isn't about modesty. It's about luxury, showing he's richer, smarter, and harder working than anyone else. So when the Manhattan real estate story came out, it seemed like a win. Headlines everywhere, fan validation, and another trophy for his billionaire image. But now, that same story could be the one that threatens the empire he built over 25 years. Inside the boxing world, opinions are divided. Some think Floyd is finally facing karma, while others say the government is just chasing a headline. Still, almost everyone agrees the timing is very suspicious. Now, people aren't wondering if Floyd can handle Tyson's punches. They're asking if he can survive the fallout from all this. Even Tyson reportedly reacted with disbelief, calling it a bad omen. For someone who built his career on control, this is pure chaos. No entourage, no security, no diamond-studded watch can shield him from a federal investigation. For the first time, Floyd's silence speaks louder than his words. No Instagram flexes, no late-night rants, just quiet updates from his inner circle repeating, he's handling it. though sources say he's far from handling it well. He's reportedly canceled appearances, postponed promo shoots, and gone off the grid. For anyone else, it might be another scandal, but this is Floyd Mayweather, the man who turned boxing into a billion-dollar business on the idea he could never lose. Now, the one thing he risks losing is control of his own story, and it's striking how quickly the sport has changed. Just a year ago, he was mentoring fighters like Gervonta Davis, teaching them how to build wealth. Now, while Gervonta is out there fighting influencers for clout, his former mentor is busy trying to keep his empire from falling apart.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
And in the midst of all this, Terence Crawford remains clean, focused, and unbothered, showing that greatness can exist without the chaos. Fans online are calling it a shift. Floyd built the money era, while Crawford is shaping the legacy era. That's what makes the FBI investigation so striking. It's not just about the evidence, it's about what it symbolizes: a changing of the guard, old kings losing their crowns. Remember, Floyd has faced accusations of dodging taxes, cheating partners, and manipulating contracts for years, but his strongest defense was always his image. Perfection, an undefeated record, a billionaire boxer who never loses. Now, that image is cracking, and with every leak, headline, and clip, the illusion is slowly falling apart.
But I must say this, the most exciting fighter that's acting and fighting in boxing right now is Gervonta Tank Davis. When Gervonta Tank Davis go out there and fight, he reminds me of Pretty Boy Floyd. Because Pretty Boy Floyd, you couldn't go get no popcorn. You couldn't go get no soda. You couldn't go get no candy. You don't want to miss nothing.
Is happening. WBA lightweight champion Gervonta Davis, who's unbeaten in 31 professional contests, takes on the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight.
And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seem set to wear 12-ounce gloves.
And in terms of distance, despite the exhibition tag, the fight will play out over 10 3-minute rounds with 3 scoring judges at ringside, but the result will not be officially recorded on their...
Just another ordinary day, chilling in an EWV Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWV is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg. I know I ain't that tall, about 5'8.5", some days 5'9", but it is what it is. Chilling, sitting right here watching the Thriller in Manila, Ali versus Frazier documentary. Come check it out. Up top, every planet. In a bag, it's crazy. NBA YoungBoy, see all this? It's on its way to you. Let's go.
Even Floyd's diehard fans are starting to wonder, who is he without the money? If this investigation leads to serious consequences, that's exactly the question he'll have to face. The irony is striking. The man who documented every part of his life, from private jets to exclusive gyms, could be undone by his own cameras. It's almost poetic, a life lived entirely in the spotlight, a legacy built on control, and now that same spotlight may be his undoing. The footage is still being reviewed and the investigation continues, but one thing is clear. This isn't a fight he can win with wealth or strength. This is a battle for his name, his legacy, and the truth hidden behind all that gold. So, what do you think? Will Floyd Mayweather's empire finally collapse, or will money find a way to pull him through once more? Share your thoughts below, like the video, and subscribe to Fight Night News.